Welcome to this third part of the video where we chat with Ahmed from Scholars Dental and learn more about humor us with some funny unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations or questions that internationally trained dentists have and that brings to you, and sometimes you might laugh on it, or sometimes you are like, oh, how can I explain you? No, it does not work this way. The first one that you just pointed out is those who have some 10-20 years of experience back in their country. They're like, I know all this stuff. This is assessment of fundamental knowledge. I have knowledge way above fundamental knowledge. And they just like say, okay, I'm going for AFK right now. And I know that because I did exactly same thing in my first attempt. So, so
you're guilty.
Yeah, that was, I'm guilty of it for sure. So share something that you might have heard personally.
That's one of them. I don't know if I need to comment anymore. It's exactly what you said. Someone would say, oh, you know, I've been working, or if they're a specialist, right? Like, both of them work like, you know, this is who I am, so I get to pass, you know? No, it doesn't work that way. Like, you could even have specialty things are wrong according to AFK and academics, right? So that's one thing. Man, I can remember we got a lot of weird emails, but one that's common is, you know, if someone says, can I just get the books, right? And they think that just because they have notes, and I watched one of your videos and you were talking about this, I think, because you make some good videos with some good tips there for people to study, and it's
thank you.
It's basically like, oh, if I have these notes that you use to pass, that means I'm gonna pass. And no, I did effort, and those notes were generated from my effort. There weren't like the thing I was relying on. They were like a, you know, something that just happened while I was studying. You can't just study my notes. You have to make your own notes, and that's your, you know, it's like a, you know, I don't know what you call it, like a byproduct of the effort, not where you're going to go, right? What do you, right? You agree with that, I think?
I too so agree that notes is given an absolutely incorrect credit. People are thinking that just because I have that kind of note or this kind of note, that's why I would clear this exam or I get all the knowledge. I think that's a very incorrect way of looking at this whole learning process. What you learn, you transcribe that learning according to your perception into the notes. And like this PowerPoint does not matter, like that PowerPoint is there for everyone, but on the side of each PowerPoint or that question, how you create your own question, how you write your own personal notes so that it sticks to your memory, I think that's more important. If I write that all thing and I give it to you, you might be like, Sam, I think you should learn note making. You are not doing a good job at all. So I don't think it's another person can totally relate to somebody's notes.
It's like you know, a good way actually when you study too, it's like to write it in your own words. Then you kind of figure out how you understand it. Like if you articulate it in your own words, you understand it better, you know? So when people say, you know, we just want the books, we only give those books with the course. We don't want people, because we don't think it's going to work, first of all. And also, like if it doesn't work, they're going to say, oh, I took these notes and it didn't work, right? But you didn't take the whole program. Like you didn't give it a chance. You took the books and you think, so we do have one published book. There's also the publishing part is part of it, right? So these books are like course manuals. They're not like published books, right? But on Amazon, we have like one basic science published book just for people to try. If you don't want to go and jump into the course, you can try that. But you're going to realize that using the book alone, it's not as close as using it with the course. And we have people that just like tried this. When they register for the course, they get the books early, they read it, and then when they come take the course, they go, wow, there's a huge difference between like looking, you know, there's a lot of aha moments that happen from reading plus now taking, right, the course. It's explained differently, right?
Just as a conclusion, notes itself is not going to give you all the knowledge that you need to pass the courses. It is the entire process, the course, the videos, the interaction with your instructor, the kind of to and fro that is happening, like you argue with that particular question, you get a response, you remember that part in your memory. I think that's more important rather than just grabbing somebody's notes, photocopying everything or scanning it down, and now I got everything that I could have got from that course. I'm done. I think that's a very incorrect.
It doesn't even mean anything to that person, right, that got it. So like, for example, you know, sometimes a student would register early for a course, but before their course starts, they want like a few hours every week for me to sit with them. I'm like, that's kind of not how it works.
Few hours every week.
Like, if I do that for you, I have to do that for everybody, right? I can't be, I'm trying to be fair for everybody. Or literally, like, there'll be people that just, ask, oh, this is my situation. Can I just have the course for free, right? And that's a little bit like, it's, I can't charge this person not, like, on what basis, right? So, we try to be fair with everybody, in that way too. So, like if I look through it, I could even find more things. But the expectations, as you said, is the main thing is underestimating the exam. It comes down to that. Don't underestimate the AFK exam. Don't think that, you're just gonna, some people that come in the last 2 months. It's gonna come in the last 2 months, do this and I could pass. It's hard to crush 5 months of work in 2 months. It's we can't do that.
And
that's why
brain is a muscle. Brain, like, it's not a muscle, but brain cannot just be overused in that way. You cannot just retain all the information for 2 months and just like throw it out in the exam. If it was that simple, then of course the passing rates would be more higher and the scores would go even higher. So it's not that easy. We just cannot do it in that 2 months or 3 months of imaginary time. And I just love the point that you made, that some people are really looking for free stuff. Some people will ask you that I am going through such a hardship, I have no means, or I cannot make my ends meet, I do not have a job, my husband is working as a cab driver, my wife is doing this thing, and for so many stories. They are all true. They are all so sadly true story of immigrant dentists who are actually going through all that hardship in this new country. But that does not mean they would get things for free. How would you put that together?
The thing is, I feel for them. Like, it's not that, but the thing, it just doesn't work that way here. We try to accommodate for payment plans, right? Like, we go, okay, here's a payment plan. You could pay monthly or like something like that, right? And installments. We try to do those things, but sometimes it's just what you value. Sometimes it's not. The stories may be real, but you might value something else where you'd rather just also pay for. So, do you value the education, right? And I was fortunate enough to have family here, like my parents and my brothers. They helped me a lot, and I took loans. So you have to figure out your financial situation, whether it's a loan, whether it's work, whether it's saving up. And if you see the orientation, I talk about that without, like I don't shy away from it. I tell you, look, you're going to need 50 to 60,000 for the direct process. I'm not, and I tell you how much you're going to make after, probably, like possibly, right? So I try to be transparent with those concepts as much as possible with people. And that you have to manage the financial part. It's an obstacle. You have to manage that. We help with the installment plans, but if you're only looking for free content, like I'm just saying, as scholars, we're probably one of the most courses that puts free content out there. If you see, like, we put free time, we give free
complete
consults.
Pharmacology lectures.
We have
so
some
many
pharma
things
online just to see how it feels like. We put stuff out there. It's not like. Our YouTube has a lot. We even put the Anki program. You saw our Anki software as well. It's online. It's free. It's on our website. You can download it and review pharma from it. So we have a lot of free content, but we can't give you a whole 6 months course of multiple people working on it. Like, it doesn't. That's not like sustainable, right?
One last question is, how is your online course for AFK different than other in-class courses or online course? Can you show us how that course looks and what the students who are interested in taking that course would benefit from? And what are the top 5 reasons or top 3 reasons to choose your course? So this will be an opportunity for all those people who are watching this video. I'm going to put a link down below for direct access to this course, and you will find so many other resources at Scholars Dental website. I am not getting any affiliation with this. This is just a conversation between me and Ahmed that we are just posting on YouTube, so that those who need some advice or some other outlook, this is right here for you. So Ahmed, can you tell us how the course looks like?
Okay, so I'll share the page here.
That would be exciting. All right. I haven't seen this course either, so I'm excited to watch it. Let's see how it looks like.
Okay, so we'll be recording. Okay, so basically, once a student registers, or a dentist, we're all students of dentistry at the end of the day. But
Yeah,
once someone registers, you get access to our AFK page. So you go to AFK March 2021. Let's say that's the course that's going on right now, and we have this video part right here. Okay, so and this is mainly the main page you'll be using. Over here, we just have, in case you don't get the books on time, we have them organized here online as well if you need to use them. But we ship and print the books for you, and we ship that to you.
Okay.
So here are some tutorials, and then you click here, and you'll see you have basically the subjects. And we have the schedule there and the study guide. So as you can see, the schedule, we made it in a way that it's also best for the person to receive. So we start with basic sciences, pharma, patho, then anesthesia.
You're going to zoom into this one?
Yeah, so we'll zoom into there. Okay, is that better?
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, so we started with basic science. I believe I studied maybe a lot of basic science before my exam, and I organized it from actually like basic science books, histology, stuff like that.
Okay.
So we have that there, but it's made in a way to help you with pharma and patho afterwards. So we did that in the beginning so that you have time to review it throughout the course. I call that the medicine book. That's the medical part. And then we get to the engineering part, which is the green book, dental materials, restorative, prosto, and ortho. We kind of put it a little bit later. Then the surgery book, which is endo, perio, and oral surgery. And we put radiology with that. And then at the end, we have 4 mocks. So that's the way the schedule is organized. So the way it works is that we have modules. In class, we used to teach Saturday, Sunday. That's called a module. Now online, we extend that to a week. So I created actually for the students a study guide to tell them what they do every week. So I'm just going to walk you through 1 week to see how it feels. Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do that, right? So let's say it's basic science time, right? It starts March 1st until March 7th. So that's when we open those videos. Then once that's passed, we actually close those. And I know that might feel a little bit scary for some people. Like, what? I want that. But if you're wise, you'll see it's really better for you to make you move with the train. So not keep going back, not too over. People will find the benefit when they're in the course. They'll be like, thank you. This is actually better because it's making me go forward. Because people could get stuck. They go, oh, I'll take 3 weeks with basic science. Basic science will take you 10 weeks if you want, no problem.
Absolutely, the whole year for
Yeah, and then in the review times, we do open the previous videos to review from. But that weekly method forces you to move forward, to not have analysis paralysis, right?
That makes sense.
So first, let's say you're starting with basic science. We have the before lecture instructions here. Solve the pre-lecture quiz. So, you go here, you could click on the quiz. You have a quiz before the lecture. And this quiz, the purpose of it is to kind of just trigger your curiosity about the topic, what kind of questions to expect, what your level is at regarding this topic. So you just click on the pre-lecture quiz, basic science, and you do that quiz. I won't give you correct answers here. That's purposely done so that I don't want you to learn from it. I want you to become curious about it. Okay, so now you go to the lecture. You go back to the study guide. It says, okay, video instructions for day 1. Watch the basic science 1. Solve these questions. And then watch the question solutions video. Ideal time should be 1 day. Max time, 2 days for this part here. Okay, so you go you go to basic science. You click on it. You'll have a playlist, and now each video even has chapters. So you could even, within one video, you could jump to chapters as well. That works with the books. So if you want to jump to chapters. So you click here, you can see basic science video 1. This is a 5-hour video. This one is in class. Then you have the questions video, which is online recorded like this. Okay, so now you're done those 2. You solve those 1 to 84, and you saw the solutions in this video. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, great. So you go back. Next, the one after is, okay, watch basic science 2, solve questions from this to that, and watch the solutions video. So maximum, this should take you 4 days, right? Because, so if it starts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, should be done. Hopefully with that. If you have more time, you're studying full time, should take you 2 days, Monday, Tuesday. Because in class, we would finish this in a Saturday, Sunday. Okay? So we'd finish it in 2 days.
Sense.
So you finish the videos, now what? You're not done yet. So there's the post-lecture quiz. So you go to the quiz page. Now you have a post-lecture quiz. Here, it's the same quiz, But now we do give you the correct answers to learn from, to see where you made mistakes, to see if you improved, and to see if there's any question that you just kind of can't memorize. So if you make the mistake again here, then you'll memorize it, right? You'll increase your memory with it. Okay, so now you're done with that. So there's still remaining questions. There's a lot of basic science questions. We're not done. We do suggest to students that you could, if you have time, do a self-mock, like to solve them on your own first. Then if you want to get the answers, you go to our forum. So we have a forum. If you click here, this is the forum. And you could actually go to the forum and you go to answer keys, for example, and you can grab the answers, right? So just to show you how it looks like kind of. So here you'll find the answers. However, I know that's not enough, right? Because what if you have a question about a question, right? What if you have a doubt about a question? You have an issue. So the forum is actually where we solve that problem. So in the forum, before you go to answer key, we have all the subjects. You could click on a subject and post the question you have an issue with, and the instructor will come and answer that question for you and give you a reference or tell you why that's the answer. And also, you could search in the forum for all the previously asked questions. So you could just type in Warfarin, and you can see if someone asked a question that is similar to yours and see that first. Now, in addition to that, so once you do that, now you're kind of done your part of that week. But on top of that, some people don't even use the forum as much. They just use it to get the answers. And then we have a live Zoom session on the weekend, on one of the days on the weekend, to follow up and go through any doubts you have with the release questions, any issues with that topic. Okay. So that's pretty much the full week. Plus, right now, currently, I am working on a project where I'm trying also to add more content, where I do go through all those questions anyway, through the videos. So I'm working on that currently. And that's pretty much it, 1 week. So as you see, you'll be busy with
This is one busy 1 week, and I can totally relate to that because I've been there. And yes, this is important that it should be so exhaustive. I know those who have not joined any course and who are watching it for the first time and they're thinking, what? You want me to do all that in 1 week? Yes, welcome to AFK. This is how we do it.
This is 5 months, right? So if you go 1 week at it, like you're just going to move 1 week at a time. We do have breaks here and there. And I even tell you what to review before each lecture. Let's say here in pharma, I tell you, okay, you got to review biology from the basic science to help with that chapter, right? So that's just the main strategy of the course. Plus, we have other features, like for example, we have AFK audio, which helps with pharma and patho. So once you're done pharma and patho, I ask students, okay, keep reviewing. I have in the books a list of drugs and a list of diseases that every day, give 10 minutes to those. That's what I tell them. That's what I did. What I did when I studied is I made a whole list of pathologies, right? And every day I would go like, okay, I'm just going to look at 10 and just see if I could remember that name of that pathology, what it is. What is that? Just so I'm not like totally blind about it, right? And that's how, at the end of it, you'll have all the names of the diseases at your surface, kind of easy to find in your brain. So one of my students actually told me, I work as a driver and I can't review this. So I'm like, how about if I make you audio? And he's like, oh, that'll be amazing.
This is absolutely amazing.
So we have here. Hi, welcome back to the Pharma Name Review by Scholars Dental, the Fast Answers version, or Fast Pharma. Let's get started with our first list. Bethanacol. I'll give you 5 seconds to recall what bethanacol is.
Yeah, the volume is too low to grab it, but maybe you can share me something and I would just kind of play it there.
Yeah, it might be recording on mine and you could just use that as well.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just basically going like, oh, what's bethanacol? You have 5 seconds to answer it, then I'll answer it for you. Like, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or so there's 3 versions for the pharma and 3 versions for the patho. One without answers, one with answers. And I asked the students that are in my current course, I'm like, are you using these? How are they? Do you need all 3? Like, they're like, actually, we need all 3. I'm like, what?
There we go.
They're like, well, sometimes I don't feel like answering. I just want to hear you answer them. Sometimes I want to answer. I'm more challenging. And I don't want you to answer them for me. So I'm like, okay, well, that's good to know. that's part
I'll
of
tell you
the
something.
review.
This is something I would have definitely benefited from. I'm a very, very audiovisual learner. I do not, even when I'm reading a document, actually, I go ahead and turn the accessibility on and I try to make it read aloud. So, this is very important for me because what I did when I was preparing for AFK is I would actually read all the lectures, and on my iPhone, I would do a voice recording so that when I'm reviewing that lecture, I would actually listen to myself while reviewing that lecture, because otherwise I just lose my focus like this. My attention is gone, and then I don't know what I'm reading. I'm just like passively scrolling through the whole page. But this kind of audio material is something that I would have loved if I had. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Like I really believe in like we're pushing a lot of content, always enriching the course, and that's a cool tip that you're doing. That you record yourself, then you listen to yourself later. That's useful too. You got good study tips.
I have a few here and there. One more video posted on that one for sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. And you know, we also have the Anki, as I said, which is a software where they're using that as well, but you have to be in front of a computer to use that. And also, these are not just audio. You could watch them on YouTube if you want to see me go through.
Yeah.
Like I have the name of the disease in the middle of the screen. I talk about it. So that's pretty much it for the main way of the course. That's what I tell people during the consults. I show them like what they're up against really, and I tell them honestly, like, look, you need time to do this. And I ask people, like, when I do consult, I ask them, like, are you working full time, like, or how many hours? You know, just know that the more responsibilities you have, you might not be able to do one course then the exam. You might need to do one course then repeat, because it depends on how much time you give.
Yeah, and that's so important for some students. I would say I was there as well. I did not have my basics so clear that in one go I would just absorb everything. So yes, those who might have this doubts in their mind that can I just learn everything of dentistry in 4 or 5 months? I would say you might want to do the course again. One would be the basic foundation and just go over that content one more time so that it's more engraved in your brain kind of thing. But yeah, that's a very good option that you have to go through the entire content once again.
Yeah, when they do when they come back and do the course again, they get like a 40% almost discount. Like so we encourage them to continue, like if they need to. And we have many that do it, you know, and they take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And it's also the live, right? Like the live session. And I honestly do something on the side that I don't really advertise. I don't make it part of this course structure because I don't want to be obligated to do it. You know, I do it because I like to do it. Okay. But I just started doing it because I'm like, hey, this is really interesting. I like connecting with my students. So every Friday I kind of, you know, just go on Discord. I'm not sure if you know Discord. It's an app where you could just have a voice channel. And I just hang out and talk to them, you know, and say what's up. Like, do you have any questions about anything, you know? And they could ask me any question from any. Sometimes we do research together if we need to. You know, they get that kind of compensates for that in-class feel, you know, like you're connecting with people, right? You're going to this. They even talk to me about their studying. Oh, I'm having trouble with this. How should I organize that? And I tell them what I can, right? Sometimes they challenge me with a question like, why not this? I go, oh, let's post some references. And it's a cool place that we could do that. And I do that with them almost every, I want to say every Friday, but again, I don't want to say something then someone holds me against it.
Not a committed thing. Yeah, no, but it's a very cool way of doing it.
Yeah, man, I think online it's a lot more efficient if people could manage that psychological factor with being in class. I know that you do online courses. Like you told me you do online courses. Like it's we have also on Udemy. We have a published basic science course on Udemy. And that's something like, you know, just okay, you don't want to commit to a full course, try that. That way you could see. We're confident enough to say, try to see, you know, one of our sessions, okay? And if you like it, come.
Yeah.
And if you don't, that's perfect. Like we want people that want to come to this. We're not hiding anything, you know? This is our way we teach. Here's some videos on YouTube. Here's a Udemy course. We even give AFK trials. If you noticed here, we have free trial AFK
trial. Yeah,
we've done that.
I can see that right there.
We give people like a week to try it out and see how it feels. We've done that before. So, you know, one thing one of my consults said to me is like, what I liked about you is that your thing is not closed behind walls. They're like, we could see what we're getting when we come in, and I felt comfortable with that. And, you know, I like that to hear that because that's what I'm trying to show too, you know?
I think that's no, and of course that's what as a teacher you have to speak a lot. You cannot keep anything to yourself. And hey, from a teacher to a teacher, that's why this channel is called Teacher Dentist, because we are all trying to learn great stuff about dentistry and teach it if possible. I think this is an amazing course, and I'm going to put a link down below in this video. You might see a pop-up somewhere here or here for this course or this link, and just go over there, check it out. If this is something that you are interested in, get in touch with Ahmed and he would solve your answers. And I am hoping that your journey for AFK as well as NDEB, or your license to practice dentistry in Canada dream, may start from here or somewhere. So this is all from me, Sam, from Teacher Dentist. If you have any questions, post it in the comments below. Me or Ahmed from the Scholars Dental channel might answer it for you. Also, I'm going to post a link for Scholars Dental up here so that you can follow Ahmed's YouTube channel as well. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool content coming on that channel. If you are interested in this licensing process or NDEB exams, US board exams, then just go ahead and like that channel too. And did you like my channel yet? If not, then make sure you go down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and also press the bell icon so that you know when the next video is coming out. Ahmed, do you have an Instagram handle?
We do. I'm not even sure what it's called. Scholars Dental. We have Instagram. We have the Facebook page where we put all our postings up. Even if you subscribe to our website, you'll get emails if anything new happens. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're always making new NDEB updates, as you saw as well. But honestly, yeah, we started that because of this, because we felt like people are just talking about, man, this is frustrating, and gave them a way to vent out. You know, when someone's sharing that with you, like we're all talking about it together on YouTube, it's a way to vent. You know, about all the frustrations with the delays and all this stuff. I think it's just it helps people, and also yeah, that's it.
If you have any other unanswered questions from this small little video, then let us know and we will try to create another fancy video for you in which we will try to contemplate on that concern or that question and give you an answer. That is all for now. Make sure you study hard for your exams if you are already into the process. If not, then yes, this is a great option for you. Don't think it's too difficult to attempt. Many people have done it. You can do it too. What do you think, Emma?
Definitely, like it's doable. It's nothing impossible. It's difficult. If you're ready, we're here to help, you know, and we'll help you on that journey. And even if you don't make it from your first try, you'll make it from your second. It's just, if that's your goal, you'll make it, you know. Like I put a lot of energy into it, and I put a lot of videos out there, and I'm always making content, and I could do that because I actually took time away from my dentistry. Like when I started this, first I taught with an institute for a while. Then I found that people were giving me really good feedback. They're really happy with the lectures. I stopped that, and then I thought, okay, I got to get into clinic, because I never actually worked a long time in clinic. Like in Syria, I didn't work in clinic. So I went to clinic. Then I did a bit in clinic. Then I realized, you know, like I felt like, okay, clinic is good, and it's actually like the better future, to be honest. Because it's more, you don't know what's going to happen with NDEB. It could, like, the whole thing could stop, or you know, like you don't know. Right? You always have this, our students coming, right? You don't know. To put this much effort, you have to take away from clinic. And eventually I do want to do a clinic. I do want to make a you know, have a clinic, or even two, or you know, move on to that. But right now I just feel like this is the area I belong. This is where, like, I feel like there's something unfinished, you know. I have this thing in me that's like, oh, every time I finish, I go like, wait, there's still more videos I could make about this part of the course I'm not done with. Let me do that, and then when all that is done, I'll go focus on clinic, you know. And it just seems like it's not ending. But in clinic, you know, I could do good work, but there's a lot of good dentists doing good work, you know. But here I feel like I'm doing something that I don't know. I feel like people are not getting enough of this. Like, they don't have this out there as much. Yes, there are a lot of dental education, but the focus I'm putting in it, you know, I feel like I am making more of a difference here. That counts. That's, I guess, something you could say. And that's why I'm putting all my effort into it from now, and hoping that one day I could, you know, put get to a point where I feel content with it and then move on to dentistry and continue that part as well. But yeah, I don't know. That's something I just wanted to share with people, like that they know.
I think that's a very good thought, Ahmed. And the thing is, we work to make our ends meet, or we work to just to get money, or just to get things that we want to buy and stuff like that. But that sometimes there is a drive, there is a passion that we all have somewhere within us. And if we try to pursue that passion, like how you are pursuing a teaching in dentistry passion, you are trying to facilitate this process of equivalency for so many international dentists. If that's your passion, then it's so hard to just keep it aside and work as a regular dentist and do a practice. I think that would be hard. If I had a passion like that, then it would be hard for me to just push it aside, start working as a full-time dentist. So I can see how much passion you must have for this thing. So I'm glad that you are doing it. That was some good laughs that we shared together. And I think we should hang out again. If there are more questions down below, then I would invite you for a coffee with me one more time, and we can answer all those questions that people have. So this is awesome when we can chat about this NDEB process, AFK exam, and everything around it in a candid way with Dr. Hafez. In next video, we are going to share some more laughs and more information with you. If you haven't watched the previous video, I'm giving you all the links right here. Click this one or this one, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, share with a friend who is in the same goal, and stay healthy.